right here.
That's my girl.
Not right there. Right here. That's my girl. That's my girl. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another wonderful workshop that we are hosting here at the Love Goddess Studio. And today's workshop is on permanent makeup. I have Sarah here.
Hi, guys.
She is wonderful at permanent makeup. She's about to tell you all about it. I will share a little bit of my story. I started doing permanent makeup close to 6 years ago, and I have not regretted since.
Yeah.
I have discovered that my eyebrows or my face in general is very oily.
Mm-hmm.
So and we're probably going to go into that a little more, but the little lines, the little eyebrow hairs that I had, did not work for my complexion because it was absorbing the whole thing and it was fading out.
Right.
But we'll go into that a little more today. But overall, since having I tattooed my eyebrows first, then I was like, wow, I can wake up like that. That's wonderful. Then I tattooed my eyeliner because I thought, oh my God, I can tattoo eyeliner and I don't need to make crooked lines every day. Right. I was like, wow, best thing ever. And then my last thing that I tattooed was my lips. And I actually picked the brightest color ever.
That's cute though. You wear a bright lip though all the time.
And I do over
red,
red over my tattooed colors. So anyway, I like bright makeup. That's who I am. I like bright clothes. That's who I am. I have not regretted a single thing. And we are about to share more with you today. Okay. So Sarah, tell us about you, who you are, why you how you got started. Share with us anything you want to share.
Yeah. I got started in 2020. I went to school. 2021, I opened my salon in Hilltop. I've been kind of at the same area the whole time. Right after school, I opened my shop. Went right into to working my own brick and mortar for the first time. I've been a makeup artist in Virginia for the last 18 years. So I just wanted to up my game.
Yes.
And I do a lot of weddings. That's kind of what I've kind of built my bread and butter on, but trying to up my game. The economy did what it did around that time. COVID.
COVID. Oh my God.
Opening a business in COVID.
During COVID, probably not the best idea.
It was not the best idea at all. With no clientele, with no experience. Anyway, we struggled through. It's 2025.
Yeah.
And we're still here.
Yes.
So that's how I started. Just wanting to do more for women, do more for myself, wanted to make more money. I went to school, got right into it. And having all that background in makeup really set me up for success on how to properly do this for women, knowing what shades to do, what shapes to do, because I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Every weekend.
Yeah.
But now I'm doing it so that you don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Really ever.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I got started. I've been in Virginia Beach. I'm from Hawaii originally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I moved all over the country with my family, and then I've been here now 18 years. It's insane. Got married here, and so this is home, and my shop is in Hilltop.
Yes. And I've been to her shop, and it's amazing. And everyone maybe knows Sybil. She's messaging, they have these head massages things. I was like, I don't know anything about them.
The head spa. We just opened that part of the business in December. And that's a whole nother thing, but I can tell you that is something that you should book yesterday for yourself.
Really?
Yeah.
What does that do?
I'm sorry. No, that's okay. That's okay. It's okay. It's a part of the sweet face genre. The head spa is a Korean Japanese based scalp treatment and hair treatment. It's an hour long. pointed, targeted double wash, scrub, facial, upper body massage, and then we do
facial.
Yeah. And then we do a
soul
conditioning mask and then a steam.
Uh-huh.
And then we end with a little gua sha massage. And yeah, it is as relaxing as a full body massage because we're doing so much in the scalp, doing so much stimulation. It gets the blood flow going.
Yeah.
It can really help with alopecia, can help with thinning, can help with balding.
Wow.
I mean, it's not like an immediate
for sure.
fix, but bringing all that blood flow and circulation to the scalp is so healthy. Honestly, for your stress too, you don't realize how much tension you hold in your head.
Yeah. No.
And letting go of that, people sometimes feel a flood of blood, like they feel tingles everywhere. It's amazing. You do need it.
I was like, oh my God, my head is exploding.
I honestly can't provide. I'm really proud of it. And I'm really proud. That just opened in December.
Tell us why you're passionate about helping women be beautiful. Like, what is the driving force for you in this?
Confidence and self-esteem. I think I'm not a typical makeup art. Well, I don't know, depending on your definition, but for beauty for me is a means of self-confidence, and walking like with your boobs out a little bit better, just not, you look at my website, you look at all my pictures, everything is unedited, unfiltered, always. Kind of stands apart, and it kind of can make me look a little strange sometimes. Because
I see your point.
Authentic beauty is really important to me because I want beauty to be something that enhances your daily life, not hides or covers anything that we're ashamed of. I don't want to kind of keep the beauty standard so unachievable by making perfection the goal. I think you a little bit better is the goal.
Yes.
Of beauty. So I love full glam. I love drag. I love soft glam.
Oh, you love drag?
I do. I special effects. I love putting bullet holes in people's faces. I
know who to go to for that.
Yeah, I love, but I love when women can just get up. And have a good self-esteem day, and maybe not have to cover and not have to hide and not use makeup or any other thing to be, the thing that speaks louder than your spirit. I think our hearts are the most beautiful thing about us. And if I can make women smile just a little bit, I think that makes everybody a little bit more beautiful. But really it's about confidence, getting you to feel like the best version of you, not the Kardashian. I'm not trying to turn you into somebody that you're not.
For sure.
I want you to
everyone has their unique beauty.
Exactly.
That we need to be enhancing.
Right, exactly. And the more that we kind of dig into that ourselves, the more beautiful we seem to other people. And then, kind of just get cyclical. Like people just keep giving you compliments and you're like, wait, am I that bitch? Am I her? And then you kind of believe it. And because you are. Yeah.
All right, ladies. So today we're going to go through 4 pillars, and we're going to cover pillar number 1, which is what is permanent makeup and who needs permanent makeup.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pillar number 2 will be, why do I not have it written down? I did rearrange. Oh, preparing for your PMU, which is short term for permanent makeup.
Yep.
How to prepare for this, because there is a process.
There's a process. There's just some stuff and just some stuff that you need to know if you're considering.
Yeah. Then pillar number 4 will be, we're actually going to show you a little example of application of the makeup. I'll keep it secret for a second here. And then I guess the craziest part for me was to find out that it's not like I have my eyebrows tattooed and they stay. First of all, they are really dark. And I look at my face and I go, why are they so dark? Is it a little too much? But then they fade all together. And it's like, where did my eyebrows go? Did they disappear?
Yeah.
But then the natural, like the actual color comes through. And so it was a little shocker for me at first.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about all of that so it does not scare you.
Yeah, aftercare.
Aftercare, how to handle that. And also, we have a little surprise today for ladies who are watching us and who are staying through the entire workshop. We will be doing a giveaway of a glam makeup application at Sarah's studio in Hilltop. So stay tuned. We will be doing a drawing at the end of this.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so share with us what is permanent makeup and maybe how it came about and who needs that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The origin story, I mean, it goes back to ancient Egypt, honestly. I mean, I'm not going to go about that, but that is how tattooing started all the way back, way back thousands of years ago, as a form of beautification. But right now, PMU, so people are like, PMU, what's permanent makeup?
Yes.
Permanent makeup. So the typical ways right now for technology, at this point in technology, is eyebrows, eyeliner, and lips. We are starting to do a lot, the industry, when I say we, starting to do scalp pigmentation for balding and thinning.
How cool is that?
So good.
I noticed.
It's honestly, I love it.
I love it too.
I love it.
I'm a secret follower watching the videos.
I love it. I have to get a different certification, but yeah. Anyway, I want to do that. Anyway, okay. So then there's also scar camouflage. So after surgery, stretch marks, all kinds of things that permanent makeup can do and lessen the appearance of scars also. But I mainly do brows. I do brows and lips. That's kind of like my thing. And people are always like, oh, I don't know what PMU is, but I've heard of microblading. So the way that I like to say it is PMU is like saying pasta. There's a billion different kinds of pasta, but it all is permanent makeup. So that's the umbrella. So you've heard of microblading. You might have heard of combination brow. You might have heard of ombre brow. You might have heard of nano strokes or nano.
Yeah, like,
they're all.
What is all of that?
Right. So microblading is, as technology evolves and as things kind of get a little bit better, our grandmas were putting on those stamps, those grandmas that have the blue, black, or the green, black brows now. Technology is so much better, and the inks are so much better quality, more colors. So microblading, though, as technology evolves, there's new techniques that come out. And so we're not just doing a stamp, shaded in stamp on your brow anymore. Microblading is something that is the next thing that we're kind of coming away from. I love it, but it is a little bit more traumatic to the skin. But we've been doing it for 20 years now. But microblading is, for lack of a term, cutting your skin. It is more painful than the other versions, which I'll talk about, that use an actual tattoo gun. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's a tattoo on your face. Right? PMU is tattooing your face. It is not lost on me. And it's also why the cost can be a little bit more, because this is your face. You go through extensive training to tattoo your face. The skin is so much thinner. We have to use so much a gentler touch, and we have to use a different needle, and we have to use all these different things. Anyway, microblading is cutting the skin in the shape of hair strokes, right? So you get a lot of more fluffy strokes, but you are cutting the skin. You are using a blade, a very, very tiniest microscopic blade, but that is what's happening. The other versions, nano brows, we're now getting to the point when we can use our tattoo guns and a different kind of needle. And we do that same, if you like the hair stroke look, like I don't want shaded in, I just want hairs. You can do that now without having to microblade. Depending on the skin type, and that's all done in consultation, there's different recommendations.
Yeah.
So there's combination brow is when we do hair strokes in the front, or ombre combination can be the same thing. Hair strokes in the front, so like nice and light, and then we kind of fill in more throughout the body and the tail. Lips, there's a little less explanation. We're tattooing your lips.
Lips were the most painful for me.
They are always the most painful.
I was suffering.
They are. It is. But if you've had a baby, you can do this.
So that's funny. I had like PMU aside,
and it's not as painful as childbirth. I will say that.
Okay, I had tattoos. All right, and I spoke to my tattoo artist. They often compare giving birth to a baby to tattooing your body. Well, my tattoo artist had like, no, he's like, nope, 2 different things.
Yeah.
2 completely different things. And I have to say, like, I did have natural childbirth, no drugs, nothing, like full on, like I felt it.
Yeah.
It's a completely different experience than tattooing. Like, I think tattooing,
it's more acute pain, like targeted.
I can't. They're different. Okay. They're so different.
Anyway, we won't put them in the same category. But all I'm saying is, if you're a tough woman, you can totally do this. We're not.
You can do it.
Yeah.
Especially if you guys do the numbing.
Right.
So my tattoo artist did not do the numbing when he did my back. Like,
and your back is
so bad. My lips were numbed, but the numbing went away for like after
and then
a while.
afterwards.
Yeah.
After you're done, it kind of.
So the good news is they are there. Always numbing your
in
skin.
Permanent Makeup. We will always use numbing.
Yes.
I have heard horror stories.
Yes.
I've heard horror stories of artists shaving off the entire brow and not using numbing. I've heard horror stories of people saying numbing, is not, I can't imagine. I can't imagine because I've tattooed my own brows. My brows.
Did you tattoo your own brows?
I tattooed my own brows with no numbing.
With a mirror?
Yeah, with a mirror.
Is it
really close? Yeah. I did it. This is my work. I'm not gonna let somebody else touch my face. Like when I got married, am I gonna get a makeup artist? No.
Yes.
I'm gonna do my own. I have to be my own walking advertisement. And I did it without numbing, so it is definitely achievable.
Eyebrows weren't bad for me.
It's not. It's not nothing.
Yeah.
Some people fall asleep on the table because I use the best topical numbing cream that you can get. The industry has a great array of different things, and I have several different kinds. Certain people's bodies don't like certain things. Yeah. And then we'll try a couple little, and then we'll try another one, and they're like, "Oh, this is the one for me. This is totally great." Yeah. Some people feel it. They feel the pressure the whole time. I've never had anybody stop it because of the pain. I've never had anybody cry because of the pain. I've never had anybody throw up. I've never had anybody, anything like that.
So if you're thinking that the pain will stop you, there are options. Don't let that stop you because the results are incredible and it's going to last years and years and years. Waking up, not needing the makeup is best feeling ever. Best feeling ever.
Which kind of leads me into like who this is for.
Yes,
like
exactly.
It really is for everybody. I think it is for everybody because there's so many different looks now, and there's so many different styles of PMU that can just make your life so much easier. And that's really what PMU is for, is to make your life easier. And so a lot of my clients and life is so busy. We don't have time. We just don't have time. If I can cut off 10 minutes of your morning. I had a client had said that she didn't try to, but she ended up spending double her makeup routine. She would take 20 minutes for her face, and then she'd end up taking 20 minutes on her brows every day. And she's a mother of 3. And so I gave her back 20 minutes every day with her kids, or herself getting her mind right, doing a load of, putting the laundry and doing like all that stuff. I feel like it's priceless.
Yes.
So it really is for everybody because of the time that it gives back to you.
Yeah.
So doctors, nurses, gym girlies who, swimmers, think about your beach time. Think about your time, the amount of time in a sauna, in the gym, swim, like all that kind of stuff where we're going, and you can just get up and nothing changes.
Yeah.
So I like it for everybody, but definitely for women who are on call in their job for some reason, or who have children and they gotta run and they gotta do all this stuff. It also is for men. And people don't think about men in this case, but men lose their hair and their eyebrows too. Yeah. And a thicker brow on a man gives a more masculine approach. It's funny how then a fuller brow on a woman gives a more feminine, youthful look.
Yes.
But it does, it's like it does the exact same for men in that it kind of brings their presence forward. A man without brows. The thing is,
we talk about women, but we always forget about men. And men do come for boudoir sessions with our studio because they also need a confidence
and they need to show up.
Yes.
They need to show up. Yeah. We look so good all the time, and we always look better than our men. So it's nice for a man to have just a little extra in his brow, just to show up in pictures better, and just to look more awake and look alive. So I think it's for everybody. I definitely think it's for all women of any orientation, of any lifestyle. It really does make your life so much easier. Let me think. What else did I want to say? Oh, so one little fact I wanted to talk about was that as we lose collagen, we stop producing collagen at the same rate at 25. Mm-hmm. Collagen is what helps produce the hair. Mm-hmm. So if you'll notice as we age, I'm now looking at 40 and I'm noticing the hairs kind of from the body of my eyebrow over to the tail. You start to lose those. Yeah. So a lot of my clients are older, are 40, 50, 60, 70s, who they just like, where did my eyebrows go? I used to have a unibrow and now I can barely get anything. By the time we're 40 and 50, a lot of us have lost a lot of the tail of our brow. And when you put the tail back on, when you put your eyebrow back on, your whole face changes. Yeah. You look alive, you look awake.
I need to find a picture of what I looked like. I did not properly knew how to do my eyebrows, so all I did was brush them, add a little pencil, but I did not shape my eyebrows, and my look was so different than what it is now. So I'm gonna find that picture on my phone from 12 years ago to show you, but it's such a face shifter. Is that a word?
That's good. No, that's exactly right.
And it changes how you look to the better, the better. Right. It is incredible.
Right. Any brow is better than no brow.
Yeah.
But a brow that's for your face is going to change your whole life.
Yeah.
I 100%. It's whatever. I grow hair. My hair is dark. No, I have dark hair. I have black eyebrows. But I still tattooed my eyebrows on, and it is a game changer no matter what is going on up here naturally. Yeah.
So how do you prepare? So let's go into pillar number 2. How do you prepare for your permanent makeup session? Also, before, girls, anyone who's joining, say hi, say where you're coming from, say whether you're watching this live or a replay. If you're watching the slide, questions. We love questions. I'm not seeing any questions.
Not yet.
Yeah.
But if they come
yep,
through,
I'm not seeing any questions. So
we'll answer them.
yep, we'll take time to answer questions. If you are watching this live, you will qualify for a giveaway that we are doing at the end of this, which is a full glam makeup session with Sarah at her studio in Hilltop. If you watching replay, unfortunately we can't do the giveaway during the replay, but there's still lots of good things are coming, and Sarah is about to do.
We might extend it.
We might
extend something.
Okay,
Maybe I'm feeling generous.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll see.
So make sure to communicate, make sure to chat with us, make sure to ask questions. We'll have questions.
Yeah.
All right. While Sarah's talking about how to prepare for your makeup session, I'm going to find that picture on my phone that I was talking about, and I'm going to show you. It's day and night.
It really is. Mm-hmm. It's worth all the hype.
Yeah.
Getting ready for your appointment, you obviously want to have a consultation. And that's where you will go over all the paperwork. There is quite a lot of paperwork, at least for me. Some of it might be online depending on who your artist is, but for me, I just am not with the times and haven't put it online, but I will. But there's a lot to go over. There are contraindications. Some of the things are kind of obvious that if you're nursing or pregnant, if you're going through active chemotherapy, or if you have a recent cancer diagnosis, keloids, if your skin keloids, the raised scars, if you do that, you're not a candidate. There's other things. If you have a thyroid issue, I'll need a doctor's note from you. And then I'll need to know that just because of the ink choice that I will choose for you. The consultation is very important. If we have a long conversation before, we can kind of just kind of hash things out right before your appointment. I sometimes have conversations that last weeks. That's what I'm talking about, going up to your appointment. But the things that you need to do right before your appointment are no alcohol and no caffeine for the full day, full 24 hours before. So, I mean, 1 cup of coffee, I'm not going to say we can't have to cancel your appointment, but there is a big difference between bleeding when your blood is thinned out. So unless it's absolutely medically necessary,
we struggle with language today. Just so you know, we both struggle with language. We were about to record like a story.
My dyslexia is having a heyday.
Talk. Yeah. I can't talk. She can't talk. We're like, how are we going to do this today?
We got it.
But we are getting through. So
we are doing it. Look at us. I know, we're doing it.
Anyway, sorry for interrupting. But here's my photo. Can't you see it? Hold on. Oh, come on.
Can you get it closer?
I know.
Oh, it's not.
It's not showing. Like maybe we'll figure it out. Oh, come on. It's the camera doesn't want to. Hold on. What if I turn it go over here with that?
Why? Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Look at you, girlfriend.
Oh my God. Like, is it day or night? This is me before.
Is it day or night?
Before day or night.
That might be the dark night. That might be the dark night of the soul before PMU. The dark night.
The dark night.
You're living in the day now.
Okay,
You're in the sun.
We made an announcement that we're struggling with language.
Right,
today.
we already said that. We already said that we don't know words today.
That's so funny. Oh my God. All right.
That's good.
That's so good. One. Yeah, like I look so different. All right, maybe this one. Oh, come on. Oh, it's my face. That's it. I need to hide.
Okay.
Oh yes!
There you go.
There we go.
Another dark night of the soul.
Another dark night of the soul. All right, and now look at me.
I know.
And you know what we did? We put them higher. We put
Not
them
me.
higher.
Not me.
I know
But-
she was not. I did not know Sarah back then.
Not then.
So, I know you wouldn't have done it, but I am all about this. I'm all about this because it made me look more beautiful.
Right. I think it always makes everybody
Yeah.
a little bit
Yeah.
a little bit more.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
So anyway, I'm sorry for interrupting. How do you prepare for
Okay.
for
Right.
this?
Okay. So getting prepared. Before, no coffee, no alcohol.
Mhm.
No coming to the. I know people are like, I get my tattoos drunk. I was like,
Mm.
no, this is your
In
face.
Las Vegas.
We all have one story. We all have one story, but not on your face. Not on your face. This is your face. It's a little bit expensive.
It's a little bit.
So let's honor your investment.
Well,
Let's show up sober.
besides that, it's your face, okay? Now, there's no investment that's gonna save your face after you do this thing wrong, okay?
Right,
Like,
right.
how do you fix that? It's tattoo.
Well, laser. You just get a laser.
Oh, you're gonna mess up the entire face. You don't want to even just don't get drunk before you
Yeah,
like.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
don't do
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Don't
yeah,
do
yeah.
that.
And then so unless it's medically necessary,
Mhm.
we don't want you on any blood thinner for any blood thinners for 7 days before. At least not if you're taking it, electively, not that day. But if you need to take it, then take it, and we'll just slow down your appointments. We'll maybe take the 2 mandatory appointments and spread it out into 3 or 4.
How
But
long-
anyway,
yeah, how long? So let's take eyebrows, for example. How many appointments does eyebrows require? How does that work? Like, how many appointments,
Mhm.
touch-ups, like follow-ups? What's
Yeah.
the process there?
it's typical for 2. You have your first one, which I describe as baking the cake. We do all the hard work. We get all our ingredients together. We do mapping. We do signing off on shape and color. I make a custom color for everybody. It's very rare that somebody is exactly what the bottle is, so I like to mix my own. Everybody has a custom face, and so they have a custom color. So we do all that. Your first appointment, you will leave with beautiful brows. You will look changed. And then about 4 to 8 weeks later, I like it right about 6, you come in and you have your second appointment. I say that's decorating the cake. So if you want it thicker, if you want it darker, if you want some hair strokes throughout, if you want it any kind of changes, that's when we do that. And regardless if you don't want changes, you just like it the way it was, we're going to do a couple more passes to kind of set everything in. Your first appointment, when you leave your first appointment, the next day, they will be darker than even when you leave, because your skin is starting to heal and everything is a little bit darker as it heals. And then your skin I say don't take inventory of your brows for a full month, because your skin is going to do some crazy things. Its pH is going to do different things with the ink. Yeah. There can be a thing that's called ghosting, where the skin will absorb the pigment for a couple days, and you'll be like, oh my God, there's a bald spot all of a sudden. And then 4 days later, it brings it back. It evens out. And it's ghosting. It's a very normal thing to happen. So I tell people that in advance, because they'll be like, what's happening? Yeah. I'm like, no, don't worry. Don't worry until you're at the 30-day mark, because, and even then, don't worry, because we're going to fix it. And we're going to put it back. But it will fade up like 30% between your first appointment and your second appointment. If you have excessively oily skin, you can expect to maybe have a third appointment. Oily skin is just a little bit tougher than dry skin. Dry skin tends to be thinner, so it absorbs things faster. It's oily skin tends to push things out. So, and it can be a little bit more difficult to get the ink implemented into the skin without doing any damage.
Yeah, I had to go back 6 months later.
Yeah.
Because my eyebrows were gone.
Yeah. That sadly, that is kind of how it can be. So people think like, oh, I'm going to do this one time, one appointment, and it's going to last like a regular tattoo parlor. That's not the same. Your skin is so different on your face than the rest of your body. And the process is way different. We are going a little bit more gentle. So anyway, yeah, so oily skin, you can expect probably to need a touch-up every year, if not every 9 months. Some people like to let it go as long as they want, 18 months with super oily skin. But typically, your tattoo, your permanent makeup is still only going to last 10 years. But really, between the 5 and 10 year is where you're going to like be like, I need new brows.
Yeah.
And at that point, you do get a whole new set of brows. Yeah. Because they're faded to the point
how does this
the new
work?
brow shape is maybe in style at that point.
So that's
anyway.
kind of where I'm at right now. It's been close to 6 years, I'm gonna say, and I'm starting to notice, like my eyebrows are getting lighter. So like, do I have to go through the entire new process on like pretty much starting from scratch? Or is it just a touch-up?
It will depend on the consultation. Yeah. If you're wanting a different look, I do touch up other people's work, but I would say after 6 years, it would be a new.
How do you create a new look over a tattooed look? That's a good question.
It is a good question. I can do it. You can do it gently. I've had people that come from mistakes. That has to be completely healed. So you either are going to go find a laser institute, which is actually way more findable these days. You get them 2 sessions of laser on your thing, and you get them lightened completely. Okay. There's also saline removal. I don't. Yeah. We'll just talk about the laser.
Yeah.
I don't love that method. But anyway,
so you have to do that before
you either have to
change the shape. Okay.
People come to me with faded mistakes. Yeah. And I can add using color theory. Yeah. We can change the color entirely. Okay. And we can beef them up. Yeah. We can change the shape. A lot of times this skin in the front will shed the ink the most. So bringing just ink back in there can do a lot. Okay. And we can change the arch. There are things that you can do. You just have to have the artist that you trust that you can have, and she'll do. I will do, because I'm the girl you trust. I will do a faux brow on you with makeup, with traditional makeup, and we can see like, do you like this? Is this something that you're looking for? And we can kind of play, and that is really important.
Okay. Good to know. Yeah. I had no idea you can I never even had this question come up yet.
if they're faded to the point of where you're like, I want another session, just because I like that fresh kind of look, for sure, then it probably will be a touch-up. Yeah. But if they're the point when you're like, I don't even kind of know where they are anymore, and I absolutely have to pencil my brows in every day, then you're kind of probably looking at a new set. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
But if you think about it, how often do you get your hair done? Yeah. How much do you pay? Yeah. How often do you get your nails and your feet done? Yeah. How much do you pay?
Well, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Did you finish?
No, I love it.
Okay. What can you tattoo? So I tattooed lips, I tattooed eyebrows, I tattooed eyeliner. What else can I tattoo?
So the technology, I didn't finish that thought earlier. My dyslexia came in. So the scalp, but there's also new technology of foundation tattooing.
Oh my God.
It's coming down the pipeline to be way more accessible. It's kind of in Asia, they're doing it a little bit more, but think about melasma, think about discoloration, think about dark circles. Yeah. Being able to kind of get that removed with a tattoo. I know. They're kind of doing other things. Also, we can tattoo areolas for breast cancer patients.
That
I
this
I
butter on my
know.
heart. Like, yes,
I
let's get
know.
those girls
I
some
know.
breasts.
I know.
Yeah.
That takes obviously more training, more schooling. And there are people in the area that do that.
Yes.
I'm not one of them, sadly. I would love to. My father passed of cancer, and when I went to school right after he died, I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do, it's my way to give back. But I kind of found my niche in a natural brow.
What do you think about freckles tattoos?
Oh, I love them.
Okay.
My freckles are tattooed.
Okay.
Yeah. I love to tattoo freckles.
Okay.
I love to tattoo freckles. They're so easy and so fun and so playful. If you're doing a lot of skincare, if you're tanning, if you're doing retinoids, if you're doing lasers, expect them to not last very long at all. But mine are about 2 years old, and they're still there. I might have a little sun damage too on there too. My freckles might.
Do it.
Don't tell my dermatologist. Okay. But yeah, you can do that. DPOR, the Virginia State licensing, they're kind of changing the laws all the time on us because it's a new kind of emerging business. So, tiny tattoos and all other the body parts.
Tattoo foundation. Can you tattoo contouring too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's
probably 5 years down the road. That's going to be easily accessible.
It's going to be a thing.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Wow.
It's already a thing. It's just not. I would love to be the first one in the area. But,
I'm afraid to be the tester.
The dummy. I know. My mom was my dummy for eyebrows. God bless her. A good mom. She's a good mom.
Okay, we have questions.
Okay.
Women are talking about how they have had bad reaction and experiencing with waxing. Is it
waxing
can't
different? Be? I don't want you coming to my shop within 2 weeks of getting your eyebrows waxed. I prefer threading anyway in the first place. The skin is the second thinnest skin on your body, second to. So if we're
just
waxing,
say it. Just say
I know the
it.
wax they have cooler wax. Like that. Not so.
We all girls here.
We're girls here. Yeah, there's no boys here. We know what we're talking about.
That was funny. Sorry.
Yeah. I got you with that one. Not so modest, me. Sorry. But I just feel like threading is a little bit healthier for the skin because it's so thin. We're yanking for 40 years. It might just in my own head. I'm not saying this is proven or anything. It's just might start to droop a little bit faster. But anyway, I do have an amazing esthetician though who waxes with a cooler wax, so it's kind of I debunked myself. But anyway, I don't want fresh skin that's been ripped within 10 days. You shouldn't have any sunburn. You shouldn't have any recent laser treatments on your skin. Botox and filler is also, you need a time space between the two. A little bit longer, at least a month.
For Botox? Oh, okay.
Because we want your muscles to settle. Because so your muscles in your forehead, right, are stronger than one side is stronger than the other.
Oh, okay.
So people get Botox obviously to balance that out.
Okay.
Because we all can do the Elvis thing better on one side than the other, right? So like you can raise your eyebrow better on one side than the other. Most people. So I want to keep your brows as natural as possible. So if your Botox is changing your muscle shape, and I tattoo your brow, and then all of a sudden now your brows are permanently tattooed.
Oh my god! I never thought.
Isn't that crazy?
It is so crazy.
You have to take a lot into consideration, and it's a lot for the artist to consider and plan. And so I have a couple girls also on the same route. They're very strong, one-sided, and they also plucked. We product of the early aughts and 2000. I don't even know anymore. I feel old right now when I'm talking about
the
time.
thin eyebrow,
The
like
thin
the
eyebrow.
Gwen Stefani
The
style.
Gwen Stefani, Pam Anderson, Britney Spears, and then people before that, they were all like, well, back in the 70s and the 60s, but then again in the 90s and early 2000s, we did it again. And honestly, right now, thin brows are coming back in. And actually, no brows are coming in.
Oh my God, no.
Anastasia Beverly Hills
Really?
just released a no brow kit. She's like, and her whole business is brows, right? But she just released a whole little kit for how to properly shave off your eyebrows.
Because you want to put new eyebrows?
No, because the no eyebrow look is
a thing.
It's a thing. It's a real thing. I was noticing it when I first started, and I was like, I'm not going to put a big old stamp on anybody's forehead because I think new thin brows are coming back in. So that's why my niche kind of emerged where I put your brow back on you.
Yeah.
Not a different shape. I put the brows that the universe was supposed to give you and you were supposed to keep.
Yeah.
I put them back. But anyway, new thin brows are absolutely coming back. So
that's so crazy. I don't want that trend. I don't want it.
No. I like a fuller brow. I think it makes us look a little bit younger too.
I like medium.
Yeah. The one that you were born with most of the time.
Yeah. Okay, another question from Sandy. What about eyelashes? Are there a way to make them thick without the fake ones? Ooh.
Eyelashes?
Yeah. That's not the PMU question, but it's a beauty question. It's a beauty and makeup question, and she can answer that.
You can get them thick. There's a couple little tricks. You can obviously use a lash growth serum, something you can buy. There's products that are $200 a bottle. There's products that you can find at Marshall's and TJ Maxx. Putting on I would go with something quality. You're putting something on your eyes. There was the whole kind of issue of, was it going to change my eye color? I don't think that that's an issue anymore. I haven't met anybody that it has changed their eye color, but that's why I suggest going with something a little bit with quality. When you're growing your eyelashes, you can also put the same stuff in your eyebrows. Side note. Another thing to make them look thicker without having to put extensions on is taking a brown or black eyeliner that glides really easily and lifting up your eye. I'm going to get really close. Lifting up your eyelid and tracing this waterline underneath your lash line. That gives an immediate look of a fuller lash and like you're wearing a little bit of eyeliner without then having to worry about messing up the top eyeliner. Those are probably my top two tricks.
So I've tried eyelash extensions. Hated the whole thing. First of all, they only lasted 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I paid a lot of money for it.
Yeah.
And I spent, the worst part was that I spent like 3 hours in the eyelash chair and like another 2 when I went 2 weeks later to get a fill. And I was like, who has the time for this? So I was like, no, I'm not doing the eyelash extension, not for me. And so I started researching. I also did not like the strip lashes because like I don't want to be the one like putting them on every day. Like I want to wake up just like with permanent makeup.
I woke up like this.
I woke up like this, right? So I found the brand, you probably know about this, called Lashify.
Yep.
And you glue the eyelash from underneath your natural eyelashes, and they last me a week. I sleep in them. I carefully shower in them, so you don't want to get water on them, otherwise they will fall off. But I sleep in them for a week, and then I only reapply once a week. So to me, that's like was the best solution because I could not do the eyelash strips, and I could not do the extension. So
so it's the same as an eyelash little clump or strip, but instead of gluing them on top of your lash, you're going underneath, so they kind of camouflage way better. And the glue is a little different, kind of lasts a little bit longer. I have heard horror stories of people going to the nail salon and they use hair glue, wig glue for their lashes. and within 1 year you won't have eyelashes anymore that grow out of your skin. I am a proponent of either doing it really healthy and growing them, or doing it really cheap and using strips every day. I have a half strip on. They're called, well, just a half strip. And they're the traditional kind on the top of my eyelashes. I don't know if you can see, but they're so easy to apply. If you're struggling with putting on a strip lash, come and have a lesson with me.
Yeah.
I teach classes all the time. It's kind of what I love to do. I love to teach. But I can teach you the angle placement, how to put your wrist, what to do with your glue, how to do it properly, and how to remove them properly too.
And stay through the end of this workshop, because she's going to be giving out glam applications, and you can ask all sorts of questions.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take a quick minute to change the battery before my camera dies. Girls, let us know. Sandra says they look great.
Thanks, Sandra. Are you talking about? Well,
No.
Both of our eyelashes look good.
Look, there's the. Oh, I can see the questions.
I want to try it.
Okay, there's another question for you, and I'm about to switch
What
battery.
is a
We're
good
gonna
color
go
for someone with brown skin.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. What a good color for what? I don't know what you're talking about. Color for Sandra, you said a good color for someone with brown skin, a good color for eyebrows, a good color for eyelashes, a black for eyelashes. Always. And I would say if we're talking about the eyeliner trick underneath the waterline and you have brown skin, I would say black. But
Eyebrows, she said.
Eyebrows. Oh, well, there's a million different browns, and depending on your undertone, if you're warmer or you're cooler, if you have more red in your skin or if you have more yellow in your skin, if you're deep, rich brown, if you're tan. I mean, for eyebrows, I would just say I would look for a rich brown. Like if you're going to go and look for a pencil or a powder or something to do your own makeup, I would say either a chocolate. Sometimes I'm trying to think like what color the names of these.
What could be the names
What
for the
could
colors?
be the name for the color?
There's so many colors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would just look for like a nice kind of like a 65% cocoa chocolate bar color, not espresso, but
yeah,
somewhere between
and
that.
Again, it depends on you. Like
that's hard.
Yeah, it's like she can give you advice, but like we want. In fact, what you need to do is go do just a makeup application to see different colors or how they look on you. And that's when you get to decide, oh, I like this shade. Why don't we permanently tattoo that shade on my face?
There are people that have rich brown skin and they bleach their brows blonde. And that's a whole look. Yeah. That's a whole vibe. That's a whole thing. But if you're more traditional makeup, I mean, we would have to play. And that's the best part. I can't answer that without seeing your beautiful face.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right.
Entirely.
Give me 1 second. We're gonna it's gonna come offline not come offline. We're gonna be online. I'm gonna switch the battery before it dies out on us so we can continue on. But ladies, while we're doing that, please tell us what other questions you have that we can address. Only gonna take like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
What other questions do we have with you, ladies?
Right now, we're not getting too many questions. That's live. Should I do a song and dance? We're good.
It says that battery is not
charged.
Weird. Huh. Okay. I thought that one
see me
was
for a
charged.
second.
Let me do this one back, and I'm gonna go grab another battery for me.
Okay.
Are you back?
I have tried so many colors and I can't find one I like. I think at this point, that's when you enlist the help of a professional like me. My makeup classes that I love to teach, I have, when they're one-on-one, they end up being like a girls' night, where you bring all your makeup that you have, even if it's 2 things, and I show you how to use it properly, or maybe tell you this is not the product for you. And then we do a whole application, and I kind of teach you. The thing about watching a million YouTubes is you can't get pressure help. You can't get technique help. You can watch and you can see, oh, okay, I see how they blended that, or I see how she did, and then they'll cut and they come back on and they're like, I'm going to come right back on, and their brows are done. And you're like, wait, that was the thing I wanted to learn. And how did you do that? The thing about having a one-on-one class is where I actually take your hand and I show you what this feels like, the proper pressure for this, and how to, I'm not going to give away too many secrets, but just how to apply things properly for your face, for your color, for your face shape. And then I give you recommendations. I don't sell any retail yet, but I will tell you exactly what to go buy. And the best part about makeup is typical makeup, it's not permanent. So you can play. But when you're trying things to buy products over and over and over again, you end up just wasting money. So you might be saving a couple dollars by doing a class instead, and kind of cutting through all the mess and just getting the thing that works for you. And then from there, once you have that basis, that foundation, then you can go and play. And then you can say, oh, I want to try a dark brow, or I want to try a light brow, or I want to try brown eyeliner instead of black, or whatever. But it's important to get that foundation and like the technique help, how to hold your brush, which brush works, and what does that feel like, and do you like that? And sometimes it's nice to play with somebody who knows what they're talking about, who can be like, do I like bright pink lipstick? I don't know. And then sometimes you just have to have the right woman tell you yay or nay. And that's all you need. And it's like, oh, no, yeah, instead of bright pink, let's do magenta. And magenta is actually a better color for you. You know, so those little tweaks. Instead of Barbie pink, we do coral red, you know, whatever. But I think a class is important when you're trying so many. I'm sorry that you've tried so many and you can't find one.
Mm-hmm. And I found the battery that works, so I'm about to do We did it. Okay. Ladies, more questions, please. We love interaction. So as we are doing this little thing, that's only going to take 1 minute. There we go, and we are back on. Yay. Perfect. That's all that was. So do we have any other questions that we can answer for you ladies before transitioning to our next segment?
I'm trying to get these bangs. These bangs are not working.
All right, let me see. Don't see the questions? All right. Nope. We're going to continue. There is a little sneak peek of the what we're going to talk next that I'm going to do. Then I'm going to share something really amazing with you. And then we're going to go into the pillar number 3. First of all, Sarah, come here. Do you see?
Oh, yeah.
There's something wrong with her makeup. Okay, can you tell?
We're gonna point out like
can you tell
some horrible
what's
things.
Wrong with her makeup? Can you tell?
There's something missing. That's
something
not wrong,
missing. Okay.
Yeah.
Something is missing. Can you tell what is missing? All right. And we're gonna leave it at that. Okay, we're gonna leave it at that, and then we're gonna reveal what's missing very soon. All right.
Exciting.
All right. Oh, and by the way, make sure to put that in the chat. Like, what do you think is missing in her makeup? Sarah, go back again and show them. What is missing in her makeup? Can we tell? All right. We're gonna leave it at that. I want to share something absolutely incredible with you real quick. And then we're going to reveal what's missing in her makeup.
Yeah. Yay.
Okay. Ladies, this workshop is part of our monthly workshops. We normally set them up once a month, and we live stream them as you are looking at that right now. We are live streaming them, but they're only available for a limited time. Then we erase and delete all of the videos. Replay will be available in the next 24 hours. So if you don't watch the full workshop right now, today, make sure to catch up tomorrow with the replay. But then it will be all deleted. And what we will do, and we have been doing, is we are putting these workshops into Love Goddess Club. And the cool thing is, so what is Love Goddess Club? This is something that we are bringing back to life. Okay. And this workshop, as part of all other workshops on femininity, will be available inside of our Love Goddess Club. Love Goddess Club is a monthly membership with the Love Goddess Studio, okay? What is a monthly membership with the Love Goddess Studio? This is your opportunity to step into your feminine nature. Step into your feminine nature, because we women, wear the pants, chasing the kids, waking up with our hair all, and like, we don't have the time to even feel good about ourselves, feel beautiful about ourselves, not even talking about feeling sexy. Okay. And we are all about feeling sexy, like embodying our erotic identity, right? So Love Goddess Club is brought to life specifically so we could tap into our feminine nature, into embodying our sexy side, and actually learning what that sexy side is. Because a lot of women who are coming to the studio, they don't know. They're learning. Am I the light sexy or the dark sexy? Am I level 10 or level 3? Because it's all over the place. So it's your opportunity to learn what sexy are you. Love Goddess Club is the safe space virtually that you can tap for yourself, for your inner nurture every single month. And so we are changing things up a little bit this time around. And we are relaunching Love Goddess Club at only $27 a month. Okay, at only $27 a month. It's a portal, it's a virtual portal where you log in and you get, first of all the replays from these workshops that we are doing, but that's only the smallest part of what that is. Every month, starting this month, starting in May, I am committing to teaching would not be like the proper term, to facilitating, let's call it this way, essential dance party, essential dance flow. Again, it's not a class. I'm not going to be teaching you how to dance, how to execute the sensual movements. We can play with this, but no right or wrong. Like, there's none of that. This is your space, so you can lock the bedroom, put on your stripper heels, okay? Put on your lingerie, like get the mirror, and just follow the music. Follow, like, I'll guide the movement, but like the point is not to do it the right way. The point is to get into that state of, oh my God, I am hot. I am wearing this. I am sexy. I'm beautiful. Like, this is your space because that you don't ever have. This is your opportunity to step into that erotic identity, to have that awakening within yourself. But that's also only a small part of what Love Goddess Club is. Every month we are doing, I call it erotic identity embodiment. We are exploring a different vibe, a different persona. This month in May, we are having Mistress by the Window, the mysterious woman, Mistress by the Window persona that we're gonna explore what lingerie she's wearing, What perfume is she wearing? What music is she listening? And with that, we're going to do a self-care ritual while we are embodying that persona, and we'll go through what kind of sexy selfie are we doing with that. So you have a beautiful opportunity to do this for yourself, and this is exactly what it is. It's for yourself, girls, for yourself, not for him. Like, yeah, you can send him that sexy selfie and he's gonna say, oh, cool. but it's for you, okay? It's for you, because like when you look at this, you go, holy cow, I am that.
Yeah.
I am that woman, right? I am that woman. So it's your activation portal. So if you are in a monthly membership, you have two options. You can sign up for a monthly membership where we are, it's going to basically a subscription every month, and Sybil should be dropping the links for you in the chat. A monthly membership comes with all of those things that I just mentioned, right? The annual membership, if you decide to do the annual membership, which is $27 times 12, also, this is a founding members rate. I did not mention that. It's going to be going to $50 a month. So anyway, in the annual membership, we are adding the spirituality aspect, where I facilitate divine feminine activations, which is my favorite thing to do. I'm deep into spirituality as much as I am deep into sexuality. And to me, that's the whole premise of the Love Goddess. They are combined. They're not separate. Your sexuality and your spirituality is the same energy. It's just two different sides of the same coin. And when you are embracing both, you are awakening your life force energy. So in the annual membership, we are adding on monthly activations. All of that is happening on Zoom. So it is a virtual live participation. They will be pre-recorded for a month. Once we facilitate the workshop, we will leave it in the membership, and you can still rewatch it if you can't join us live. So we will be doing the activations every month, and in the annual membership, I will be dropping little. I started channeling. As weird as that. I'm going to be dropping some positive channeling messages into the membership too. So if you are interested, or if you have questions about it, let me know. We are putting the links in the chat for you. This is a no-brainer opportunity, because if you've done a boudoir session with us, you know you are investing multi-thousands of dollars into your boudoir session, and this is only $27. Okay. Hello, founding member. You can't say no to this, because this is the reason why you would be doing a boudoir session, to have that awakening within yourself. Well, guess what? I'm facilitating all of that within our membership for $27 a month. Like, not even a cost of a going out. Like, if you even go out, you spend over $50, okay, nowadays with now prices. So it's a no-brainer. Jump on it while it is still founding members rate, and let me know if you have questions. All right, what do you think? Would you join? Would you join?
That sounds so exciting.
Yeah,
I love that. Everything you talked about is kind of my ethos.
Yes,
women stepping into themselves.
That's why we're doing this together.
I know, that's so good. It's so good.
Okay, are we ready to answer what is missing with Sarah's makeup?
The question.
Hold on, let me see if there is anything. I'm not.
Nobody's guessing.
Nobody's guessing.
Nobody wants to guess. It's also kind of a rude thing to guess.
Let me take a quick look and scroll through the comments over here.
I think yeah.
Yep.
So
wait. Hold on. We have something. Cheeks have no color. Oh. No, she has color. Look, when I hover her name. Oh, show. Ooh. What's that? Ooh, I didn't know I could do that.
Sandra again.
Ooh,
Sandra.
Is that true or not true?
No, that's not true. I have quite a lot of blush on. I don't know if they're like. I feel like I'm pretty pink. Okay, so the drum roll. I have no makeup in my eyebrows. I did not do my eyebrows today. Everything else has a lot of makeup on, but my eyebrows have nothing in. So
and I went and I was like, what? Are you for real? No way.
So I have my eyebrows are tattooed. They're about 2.5 years old. And if I move, I have way less hair than I did in my early 30s than I do now. And you can see that tattoo shadow beneath it. So that really helps. I don't do my brows most days. I don't do anything to my brows most days. But are we doing the little demo?
Yeah, do the demo. We're gonna do a little demo.
This is my freebie for you guys right now. Yeah. I'm gonna show you guys free of charge. Free of charge. The steps on how to do the typical brow for every woman and every face. So I'm going to show you I have a couple tricks in my little bag right here. We're going to start with a powder. And this is just this is a brow palette, but you can use a matte brown shadow or taupe or black or sand or any of the colors between blonde and gray and to black. And I typically don't use black in the brow because it can age us if it's too dark. So
what Sarah says. They look amazing!
Yay! Yeah, thank you. I did them myself. So I'm going to take this powder. I'm going to show you the 3 steps. The most easy way to do it. And I'm going to take it up a level from there and then even up a level from there, depending on what look you're looking for. So these are the rules. You're going to take something straight from your inner corner, your inner tear duct. You're going to take your inner tear duct and go straight up. That is where your brow should start. Now, looking straight at the mirror, you're also then going to take the brow, your whatever thing this is, from your nose, and then looking straight on the outside of your iris, the color of your eye. That's where your arch should be. Now, same positioning, right underneath your lash line, your bottom lash line, straight out. That's where your tail should end. Those are the typical symmetrical brow placement spots. Okay? Did that make sense? I have a little bit of dyslexia. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this brown shadow right here, taking this angled brush that you cannot see.
It's like us earlier today.
That's okay. I can do this blindfolded, but I will look here just so I don't keep making myself look like a fool. Right, this little area, I'm going to take from the bottom of my brow, kind of where the hair starts to grow. And this, again, is preference because some people like a full brow. Some people want the illusion of more lid space. So they're going to take their brow up a little higher. I just like to go along where the hair naturally starts. And I trace up to where I want the highest point to be. And I know my angles, right? So I know that this is going to be where my arch is. Because, right, I did the iris thing. So to the bottom, to the top, where I want the lowest part of my arch to be, and then down to my tail. And then I'm going to dip it in the color again. I'm going to do the same thing to the top. And this is where I can make my brows huge, or I can make them not. I can make them more delicate. And then I take whatever, maybe I dip it in just a little bit more, and I kind of fill that in, the whole thing. So you can see the difference already. This brow has a little bit more gumption to it, a little bit more presence, a little bit more of a fierceness to it, a little bit more of a showing up, standing out in pictures. You can see the difference. Very kind of minimal. If you don't know to look for it, then you don't know it. Like when you have your eyebrows tattooed, you kind of don't know. You kind of don't need it. But there are days when I want a strong brow. There are days when I want to look a little bit fiercer. There are days when I need to show up for myself and I need to kind of like project a little bit, you know, my strength. So I like to fill in my brows sometimes. So I'm going to do then the whole thing on this brow. I think my hair is my eyebrows grow like Eugene Levy. They can go so long. Anyway, so then the next thing that I like to do is use, and this is just NYX. This is a NYX brow glue. The brow glue is what it's called. You can get it in a tinted form. This is just the clear one. And it has a mascara, tiny little mascara spoolie on the outside. So the next thing that I like to do is lift my eye. Like instead of having an eye lift surgery, which will happen probably at some point, but until I need that, I like to brush the brows up and over rather than having them grow out and go whatever way, especially if your eyebrows grow long. They can really change your eye shape if they're all like growing down, you know, or you hit them and they're all like, you know, coming down. So this is glue, and it kind of obviously explains itself. I brush this in on top of the powder, and I brush it all up towards my hairline and towards my temple, all of them. And I just keep going until it starts to dry. And this will give the illusion of an eye lift. Brows give the illusion of an eye lift. That is a good takeaway and why PMU is important, because we want to look a little bit more awake all the time. We want to look a little bit more present. We want to look a little bit happier. We want to look more engaged in our life. And brows can do that without looking pretentious or like you're trying. Brows really do, they say it, and you've heard it a million times, frame the face. It's a picture with a frame, a picture without a frame. And it's cliche, but honestly, it's true. It's very true. So you can see the brows are it's starting to dry. And you can see the difference.
This is so cool. Wow.
Isn't that cool? The difference.
Wow.
The difference is already, you can see this side shows up a little bit more, looks a little bit more intense. Maybe if you have blonde hair, you definitely want to do this with a clear brow gel or a tinted taupe color. And you would use the blondest powder, almost a sand. Think Virginia Beach sand, not white, not brown, kind of dirty. Not the best, but not the worst. There's probably some chemicals in it, probably some minerals, but you can see I'm starting to lift my whole face by brushing my hair up and over. Then if it gets too long, you're going to want to trim them, but you just want to have me do that, honestly. Just come and let me do this for you. But if they get too crazy up there, I take the spoolie and just kind of brush them all to the side and then down. Making sure this under part of the arch is definitely lifted because that's the part that will bring you down. Okay, so that is 1-2 step. Third step, let's say I want even more. I'm going to take a really thin eyebrow pencil. The brand doesn't matter. I'm not a brand snob. I'm not a only Charlotte Tilbury, only MAC kind of girl. There's too many brands with too much artistry involved for us to just stick with the name brand anymore. But again, you need a professional sometimes to tell you where to look. So let's just say I wanted more, or let's say that my hair doesn't grow in the center anymore, or let's say the hair doesn't grow on the tail anymore, and I want to make it look like it's growing. You can use a liquid brow brush, or a really thin, you can't tell, but the really thin little.
I can tell from here, yeah.
Yeah. Super tiny.
Mm-hmm.
It barely is visible. But if I didn't grow hair right here, I would just take from that bottoms area where my hair starts to grow and just flick up. And I'm going to do this just for effect. I'm going to bring this in a little bit too far, but just so that you can see. And let's say I need more in my arch and maybe down my tail. Or maybe my tail doesn't end far enough. And I want to bring this down. And I'm going to be a little bit dramatic about it, but just so you can see what I'm talking about. And you can see I just made the thinnest little line down here, and I brought my brow in, and it looks like there's hair growing there now. So when you look at me straight on, the difference is subtle, but when you notice it, it's kind of a big deal.
I am standing close to her and I can so tell the difference.
Right.
I can tell the difference.
And that is going from, you can do one of these steps, you can do two of these steps, you can do all three. You could only use this if you want. If your eyebrow hairs are really fine and they grow nice and you're God's favorite, then just use this guy or just use the brow glue. Because when your eyebrows are laid in place, your face looks a little bit more structured and you look a little bit more present. But if you want to go va-va-voom, date night, sexy boudoir session or whatever, if you're being photographed, you absolutely need to do your brows. And the level of boldness and the level of how sexy or how fierce you want to make them is totally up to you, but you're in control here because now you know how to do it properly and exactly the right symmetry for your face, because this will work if your face is super round. This will work if you have a heart-shaped face. This will work if you have a rectangle face. This will work on every shape, these typical placements. And then how you go about it is differently. Of course, you can negate all of that and just let me do it. And then you never have to worry about any of that ever again. But that is my free little class to you guys on how to do a brow. I
didn't know I needed it.
But you can even see here, I look lopsided on the camera. I look like I'm doing the Elvis face already because this brow seems so much thinner than it used to, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Even though I didn't change my shape. Let's take this little guy off in the front and in the back. But it already looks, this side looks different than this side. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Tell us about the eyebrow consultation that you have for the girls.
Yeah. So the eyebrow consultation is where you will come to my salon in Hilltop, right beside Whole Foods. We'll sit down. We'll talk about what you're looking for. I kind of will obviously stare at you right in the eyes, right in the face. And we play. And we do a version of this for you with the right colors. We'll kind of do a quick little mapping for us to get the perfect symmetry, which is asymmetrical, by the way. Perfect symmetry on the face doesn't exist. It shouldn't exist. Yeah. But 90% there is perfect. 80%, 85%, we kind of want to stay in that range because when it starts to look too perfect, your face can actually look plastic and you can look like you're not emoting the same. I want you to emote all your emotions. I'm not going to take that away from you with permanent makeup because my niche is a natural brow, is your brow put back on you. But your consultation, you'll sit with me. We'll talk about what you want. You can even bring pictures of brows that you like and that you want to try on yourself. We'll go over paperwork. We'll talk about pricing. And I think it's one of the best times because we kind of feel each other out. We kind of see what we're looking for and we get a plan. And then you also leave with a good brow too that day. Just it'll wash off. But that is what I'm giving away for this part.
Yeah. I didn't do that for my part.
Really?
No.
It's fine. I mean, I want it to be before your appointment, but sometimes we do it all the same day.
Mhm.
And that's fine. If I know you from
Mhm.
advance, it's okay to do it the same day. But it's also nice to have that done a couple days or a
Mhm.
week or whatever before.
How long does the actual tattooing part last for the eyebrow?
2.5 hours, I would say, schedule. Most of the time it's closer to 2. But I just want everybody, like if you're getting babysitters, if you're taking off work, whatever, I would plan for 2.5 hours that you're in my chair. I use a really great back warmer that I got from Beauty Conference that is chakra aligning.
Ooh.
It is. It has lava stone in it and
Nice.
lavender. It's really nice. It is really relaxing. We play whatever music you want. Your feet are up. And you leave with a little goodie bag, which kind of goes into the fourth topic. If we want to talk about aftercare.
Right before we go into the aftercare, Sybil is dropping the links into the chat with the link to book your appointment. So tell the girls how to go about that. So
yeah, you can book either through my website, sweetfacemakeupartist.com, all spelled out. And you'll book a brow. I have options on there, ombre, microblade, and combination. That doesn't matter because it's all the same price. It just will lock in your appointment time. You can do it that way, or you can even DM me on Instagram and we can take it from there. I will help you book. If it's confusing, it's not, but you can also text me.
Is the consultation free or do you pay for a consultation?
Normally you pay.
Okay.
But for women that are involved in
okay.
this, that is what I'm doing for them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm taking care of that consultation, that whole appointment.
That's awesome, ladies. That's awesome, ladies.
I know.
How do we find out? Oh, sorry. How do we find out which ladies?
Well, when they book, it's an appointment thing, and you can write in there, I'm from Love Goddess, which is what I would prefer.
Perfect.
You to say, I watched you on Love Goddess, or
yes,
I was a part of the live webinar, or I rewatched. If you're rewatching this, I will honor that also.
Okay, so this is what you do. When you're booking the appointment, they still need to put in their card number, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does the card get processed?
No.
Okay.
I should, because people have...
Canceled.
But no, I'm a nice person.
I know. I've dealt with those. Anyway, so you put in the card number, but it does not get processed. So don't get scared about that.
You don't charge anything until day of service.
Yes. And so what you do in the appointment, when you're setting up the appointment, just put in Love Goddess Webinar.
Yeah.
Put in Love Goddess Webinar, and that's how she knows that you are coming from Love Goddess Webinar, and she's not going to charge you for an appointment at all. So, woo.
Yay.
All right, so we have the aftercare. So what happens after we did all the work and all the permanent makeup appointments, like what happens afterwards? How do we take care of the eyebrows or anything for that matter? How do what are some things that could go weird and we get
strange?
Yes.
So for the 2 weeks after your appointment, you're going to baby this investment. This is your face. This is the first thing people see, and it's so important for you to take care of it. It is an investment, and we need to treat it as such. So I give you everything that you need when you leave when you leave me. You're going to wash it twice a day with shampoo that I give you. Really gently wash your brows. When you wash your face, you're going to kind of avoid your brows. You're going to treat it like a baby. And then you put a really thin layer of Aquaphor on, which I also provide you. You want to keep the skin hydrated, but not sealed. So when I say thin, I mean it's almost like a sheen that you put on with a Q-tip, or if your hands are very, very clean, you put it on with your fingers. And you do that for 2 weeks. When I say 2 weeks, you know your skin. If you've never had a tattoo before, you're going to do it for 2 weeks. If you know my skin is a champ, you still do it for a week. really what I want you to get to is the point of where the scabbing is gone. Scabbing can happen. Actual scabs can happen. They really don't too often. A lot of times your scabbing will look like dandruff, or it'll look like little flakes in your eyebrows. Your main goal is to baby this investment and not scratch, pull, scrape off, pluck. Don't do anything aggressive or abrasive to your eyebrows. I'll tell you a horror story.
Oh no.
And this is one of my favorite clients, and I won't say her name, but you know who you are. In the night, after her very first appointment, in the night, compulsively, dead asleep, her eyebrows were itching.
Oh.
And she woke up that night and several nights after, scratching her eyebrows.
Yeah.
When I tell you not to pick your scabs, I mean it with my whole heart, because she scratched her eyebrows off.
The whole thing, or
The
just
whole
parts of it?
thing.
Oh my god.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Not her hair, obviously, but the tattoo.
Yes.
Because the ink is still implementing. That's why we treat it so like a baby.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're scratching, you cannot do it.
Yeah.
You cannot do that.
That's why you put the moisturizer. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When you shower, I give you a little visor for your first couple showers. I don't want direct water. I don't want direct pressure on your eyebrows.
Mm-hmm.
No tanning. It is a little bit rough. No sweating. So if you're a gym girly, that can be a little hard. I want you to, this is an open wound on your face, right? Until the scabbing's gone, this is an open wound on your face. You have to use your wisdom. Should I go in the sauna and sweat my ass off? No, you shouldn't. If you're going to work out, and I want you to work out, wear a hat and a headband. And constantly be pressing the sweat off your forehead. But honestly, I tell people at least 3 to 5 days of nothing, and then get back into it. Or if you don't sweat, then you're solid. But I am a natural sweater, so I take this seriously. A lot of us do sweat from our brows, even if you don't even notice that you are. There's tiny little bits of moisture, and we just don't want to ruin them. And knock on wood again, I haven't had anything in all these years besides people actually scratching them off. She had to get swaddled by her husband in the night and put mittens on, and she did that. And then they stayed, and then they were great. And we fixed it. She didn't ruin her face at all. We just had several more appointments. But that sucks. Who wants to take the time? Who wants to go through the inconvenience?
And I mean, they itch.
Yeah, they do. They
just
can
like
itch.
tattoos. Just like tattoos.
Yeah, just like
itch.
a tattoo. And so you will just press your Aquaphor. If it gets itchy in the middle of the day, you pat, put another little thin layer of Aquaphor and do something else. Do anything else right then to distract yourself. It's not torturous.
Yeah,
I'm just giving you the teacher talk. I'm being the mean parent about it because I value your investment so much, and I want your face to shine from day one.
On a note of investment, so what's the price range that it could start at, and like where it could end up being? So what have you seen?
I've seen everything from $250 to $1,500.
Wow, that's a massive range.
Yeah. Depending on the city that you're in, and even in this area. I started a little high and I brought it down. My price right now is $550, and that's for both appointments.
Oh, wow, that's about what I paid 6 years ago.
Yeah, so I'm pretty. I think I'm really reasonable, especially for the Hilltop area.
She is reasonable, yes.
Yeah, I know that times are tough, but it's your face, and
it's your face, girl. Seriously.
And there's
like why would you like
you don't want to
spend extra? Like it's your face gonna stay with you forever.
I've seen some on Groupon, and I'm not gonna knock it, But I did my honeymoon on Groupon 13 years ago. And it was great. But they didn't tell me that it was also on a swamp, okay? It was in Jamaica, but they didn't tell the back of the resort was a swamp. And I got so many bug bites. But it was great still. It was still great. I still had a good honeymoon. So I don't knock if you see it for cheaper or a walk-in place. I absolutely... the thing that I...
Research, okay?
Exactly.
Research anything, anyone.
The woman
like,
that you want to
yes.
go to, the man that you want to go to, just look at their stuff.
Yes.
Just, if you trust them, have a one-on-one with them.
Yes.
If you trust them. I've also heard of people not showing the clients the whole time through. For makeup, I love to do a surprise. Like, okay, don't look until the end. But for brows, you have a mirror with you the whole time. I tell you to look at it all the time after your first pass. When there's barely any ink laid down, I tell you to look and check and make sure. We do a color test. This is not a surprise business. I don't want you surprised at all. All those Instagram reels where it's like, you know, they surprise them on purpose for the shock value. That can happen for real. I've seen and I've heard horror stories.
Yeah, no.
People leave with their brows like up here. I'm not kidding. With like W's instead of microblade. I saw somebody with W's. I know. You just have to do your research and trust the person. Make sure that they're upfront about everything. Yeah. That they're not, you know, that you feel good.
Yeah.
That you
have
feel
good
good
vibes
with them.
About the person.
Yeah.
If something's off, I never like go forward with the person.
Right. It's like, oh, okay, no, thank you, not for
I trust my gut.
Yeah, you should trust your gut.
Yeah.
You should trust your gut.
Yeah. I need to feel good about the person. I need to feel that I'm being treated nicely. So like all of those.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you like a natural brow and you want your brows put back on you, then I'm that girl. My niche is the natural brow. So
what's a natural brow?
When I say natural brow, I mean something like a shape that you're for your face. We go with I will absolutely do a darker arch and a filled in thing. I love that look too. But I find a lot of my clientele come to me for like, put my brow back on me. I want what I had when I was 25. And that's kind of when I'm saying natural brow. I want to put that thing back on you with maybe a better arch and maybe a thinner tail. You know, like a little bit better. Yeah. But I don't use a stamp. I know some artists that just put that stamp and trace that stamp right on you. I don't do that. We do an actual mapping for your face.
See, that's important.
I think that's really important because your face is your face. It knew what it was doing when you were born, and we're going to put that back on. And, you know, I want it to be authentic. I really, that's kind of the overall arch of my business is beauty for you. Yeah. You plus a little bit.
All right. So how do we sum it all up? Everything that we have shared with the ladies today, what would be like one, if girls to walk away from the workshop today, what have we learned? What is the most important takeaway from today for the girls to take home?
I think the most important thing is, I think we've learned what PMU is. I think we've learned that there's some exciting things coming down the pipeline. I think we've learned that there are different artists who do different things. And you have to do your research. You have to be in a price point that's comfortable for you with a woman or man that makes you feel comfortable. And I think the most important takeaway is that PMU should make your life better. Yeah.
Not worse.
Right. It should not make it worse. If it's made it worse for you, I'm sorry.
The only reason it would make it worse is if I hired the wrong person for the job.
Correct. And on behalf of the bad artist, I still want to say sorry, and I can fix it. I can fix it. I promise.
And that's very promising, by the way.
Yeah, it's permanent, but honestly, it can be fixed. And it's a game changer. It's a life boost. It's a morality boost. It's an esteem boost.
Yeah, for sure.
That's not a summation, is it? That's like a lot of words.
It's okay.
I want you to feel good, and I think you should. And I think PMU is one more thing in your life that you don't have to think about, and that will make it better.
Yeah. Okay, so now we know what PMU is. Do we have any questions before we wrap up? And also before we wrap up, we are doing the contest, so don't forget. We are like stay until then. We're gonna select our winner, who's gonna get the makeup transformation at Sarah's studio in Hilltop. So we'll go there next. But before we go there, I want to remind you that you can book appointment with Sarah
on sweetfacemakeupartist.com.
Exactly. And we have links in the comments under your videos as well. So you can make that consultation appointment for free as long as you put in the notes that it's Love Goddess webinar. That way we know you're coming from the webinar. That's one thing. Second thing, don't forget, if you need to watch the replay will be available in the next 24 hours on our social media channels, and then we delete everything and we put it into our private membership where we host every workshop that we've held in a private Love Goddess Club community. And not only that, I have shared with you earlier today that we are elevating and relaunching the Love Goddess Club community, where now it is a monthly membership for only $27 a month, where you get to, you get to have beautiful dance flow facilitated by me, wearing your sexy lingerie, wearing your stripper heels if you have them, really, truly, like, away from anyone's judgment, away from anyone's eyes. In fact, I want for you to lock yourself in a bedroom, so like get that time for yourself, turn the music on and just flow with me. Okay, I will guide you the movements. I will show you what to do. It's not a specific instruction. We're not training for a routine. It's just a flow of your body, however your body wants to move, because it's about you learning to
free of embarrassment,
but it's also embodiment, because women don't they are so disconnected nowadays away from their bodies. We don't know why we some women are even caught nothing is hurting, but they can't do certain move. That's because we hold so much of that in our bodies. And when we move, it gets released. So dance for me is such a healing. And that's the main thing. We're going to do the hip movement. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So that is also every month we're doing this on Zoom with me virtually. That's in the membership. And second, we are creating this erotic alter ego archetype every single month for us to, let's call it role play, to test out different versions of ourselves, to have fun, to tap into that side of ourselves we normally don't get an opportunity to tap into, and again awaken our eroticism through doing that. And of course, we're gonna get some selfies as a side effect of doing that, and you get to keep, we'll guide you on that as well. And if you are in the annual membership, you also get activations facilitated by me. All of that, honestly, I'm doing for myself. And I'm inviting you to join me in on practice, because if I were doing it for other people, it would have been close to $1,000 a month. Okay, so I'm doing this for me, and I'm inviting you to join me in, because I am I'm committing to my own feminine practice, my own sexuality, not sexuality practice, sensuality. Let's call it sensuality practice, because I too am very in my masculine CEO mode. What needs to be done, who needs to be all of that, who needs to be fixed, what needs to be fixed, where's our KPIs, all of that. And I need to this is my own commitment to myself. Get away from all of this very masculine, very structured, and remember that I am a woman. I am a seductive, sensual woman. In fact, when I was doing more of that, I had more clients. I had more fun in life. I had a lot more flow. Like flow somehow is now like freedom for sure, but like flow of good people coming to my life that I was meeting on every day. Like when I'm stuck in my masculine, it's very dry and like I'm burned out. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
But when I'm practicing my own femininity, like I meet
Life-giving
people.
Yeah.
It's life-giving. I have energy. So like that is the reason why I am doing this.
I love it.
So all the links are in the comments. Only $27 a month to join me in the Love Goddess Club. Super excited about this. It's going to be incredible. Also, forgot to mention first of all, $27 a month is grant. What is it? Founding members.
Founding
Fathers?
No.
No. Founding members.
Yeah.
Like, what?
No, not them.
Founding members.
Yeah.
Because then it's gonna go to $50. That's one thing. But second thing, what was it? Our boudoir clients who are in our individual photo session days, meaning 6 images an hour, are getting this complimentary for free. It's included as part of our thank you for being our clients for boudoir. So if you have session that you are booking starting to like today, the day that we are launching, it is all going to be part of your boudoir session experience with us.
Wow.
All right, Sybil, do we have people that are live, because you have to be live to win the prize, to do a drawing? Do we have people live right now with us? And can we select a name? And I'm going to see in my phone. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 7:43. That was the message. So we had Sandra, but is Sandra, are you still with us? If you are, send us a link, like send us a message, like post a comment.
Say I'm here.
Say I'm here. If you are still live with us, because looks like other girls left, so they don't qualify, you have to be present to win. If you're still live with us, are you still with? Oh, okay, that's. I thought it was.
Sybil wins.
Sybil was telling me about your massaging bath, so maybe she wins a head massaging
massage
for all her hard work today. Sandra's here. Sandra.
We're gonna find an eyebrow color together.
Yes. All right. So what do we need from Sandra before she goes?
Sandra, I need your name and email and phone number.
Okay.
So you can do that all.
Yes. So this is what's gonna happen.
You won.
Yeah, you won. Yes. Awesome. Sandra Price.
Cool.
All right. Sybil, can you send a message to Sandra? And if you can't, let me know and we'll figure out, maybe we'll like drop an email for Sandra to send all of that information, so she can claim her prize.
Yeah. And we can email.
Yes.
And we'll set up the appointment via email.
Yeah.
But we'll get all that through Sybil.
Yes. And Sybil, let's make sure that we are able to send Sandra a message, because sometimes I don't know what channel, because we are streaming from many channels, like in one platform.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
so
yep.
She
said
email.
that she's going to send an email.
Yay!
Okay, perfect. Then we are all set for the winning. And that's exciting.
Okay.
Oh, if I can't email you, I have your Facebook. So perfect.
Okay.
We have two options there. All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching, and we gonna wrap it up. So no more questions from now on. If you have questions, you can always email us right in person or come in for your free consultation. So I mean, you can't beat that.
Yay.
I love for you to all get your eyebrows done and all your, like, if you want to go, I'm interested about that foundation
I
thing
know,
now. I was
I
like,
know,
what?
I
Like,
know.
you're saying I don't have to do my foundation?
I know.
That would
That'd be
be
amazing.
amazing. Yeah. So, wow.
Maybe soon. Maybe soon.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else is coming? What else is coming? Technology is crazy. Thank you everyone for watching. We love you. And this is not a goodbye. This is just a goodbye for now. Mwah. Bye.
Bye. Mwah.